What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Dad Needs to Talk. I'm your host, Robert, and today we are primarily going to be just talking about and catching up on some manga and anime related news. So, the couple of things I'm going to specifically be focusing on today is for one, uh, finally talking about the results from the Young Magazine um 16 one shot contest that they did a few months back and the winners of that and everything along with that, as well as also talking about um a lot of the big announcements that happened from Jump Festa this weekend. And in between, I'm also going to talk about some other just kind of like tangential anime and manga news that have happened that I think might be worth y'all's time. So, as always, if this is your first time here, then welcome. But if you're a returning listener and or watcher, then welcome back. Y'all know here at Danny's to Talk, it's all about fatherhood and family, lots of manga, anime, TV shows, movies, and of course, sometimes video games. So, hope everybody out there is doing well. Um, Man, it's crazy that we are mere days away from Christmas because it definitely does not feel like it, especially as it is. Well, what's the temperature right now here in DFW? It's 57, but it feels hot right now. But um, but yeah. So let's go ahead and dive into this. So starting off with the Young magazine. So like I mentioned, a few months back, so maybe around like August, September ish, they revealed and started doing this contest where there were, I believe it was 16 one shots that they put up, let fans read. Go check out. I had did a discussion episode about that back when that happened, talking about each of the series and what I liked, didn't like, etc., etc. And basically, the top five voted series would get picked up for a full serialization. And afterwards, they also revealed that they picked up an additional, I believe it was four series as well. So wanted to kind of go through those really quick and just kind of just talk about them. Now, I will say, like, this was a very fun uh, thing that they did, and I wouldn't mind if more magazines and companies did things like this. Now, I do know like Manga Plus and I think Viz and some others do have like different one shot competitions and stuff where depending on votes and stuff like that, can get picked up, whatever. So, but anywho, so on with the results. So first place winner was still you. Not surprised. This is one I figured was at least going to be a immediate pickup. So shout out to uh, the author of that one. So this one was the kind of like I think it would be classified, at least that's how I felt it as I read it. It's kind of like a BL, Boys Love series, but very nice, sweet read from that one shot. Number two was Godmother. This was kind of like a Chinese horror one that like had fantastic art. Love the way it looked, and so definitely excited to read more of that. And I guess just to do my due diligence. So, Still You, the author is Kami Nishio. Godmother is done by Ren Shimokawa. Number three is The Night of Blasphemy by Ray Kendo. And so this one was kind of I'm trying to think, I think this one was kind of like the like sci-fi fantasy type of series that was pretty cool. So number four, this was one I wasn't gonna be surprised. I wasn't surprised that it got a spot because it's The Journey of a Dark Elf with Fading Powers by Daisuke Itabashi. Now this is the same author that did a series that I think I've talked about at some point in the past called Far East Chimera. So beautiful art, and actually the first chapter of this has already come out on K Manga, uh, which is where these are all going to be publishing under Kodansha's publishing arm. But yeah, so first chapter of that already came out, and it's pretty much just the one shot chapter, and that one's going to be monthly. So I'll probably check back in on that next summer because oh, it's gonna be a monthly release, so I'll sit back. Now, number five, I was very happy to see, very, very, very happy to see, because honestly, this was probably my favorite of the 16 that I read, and it's called Fasciation by Olga. Now, this was the kind of like dystopian, apocalyptic series where the one of the main characters, I'm trying to think because the premise of this one was the world kind of like being overtaken by vegetation and stuff like that. Um, and that it was this girl who had this kind of like tree arm that she would sacrifice for this village like every so often so that they can grow crops and different things like that. Um, and yeah, I don't know. It was just like the art style, the look, the premise. It was all just really good. And like I said, forgive me for not remembering some of the finer details. But once again, go back and watch that previous episode I did talking about all of it. But yeah, I was very happy to see this make it onto the list because I'll definitely do my part every so often when I could kind of remember. Like every week, I was like, oh, let me go and vote for it. And I was glad to see it sneak in at number five. So now I'm gonna go and mention. Let me find the names of the additional ones so I can shout them out as well. Okay, the remaining ones. This one also I wasn't surprised that they added in there was "Boys Run the Riot in Transition," which is a sequel series to Boys Run the Riot. They came out a few years ago, so I know a lot of fans of the first series is happy to see that. Let's see. To Dusk and Twilight, the kind of this was kind of like the like vampire series. So that was one that I kind of enjoyed. I had mentioned at the time that it kind of gave me like a reverse Call of the Night situation, but with adults and stuff. So, but yeah, so very happy to see that. Uh, the Last Tehran. This was kind of like the like sci-fi political mecha series that I was like, I feel like there's something there with like the political drama side of things. So that got picked up. And then the last one, which was a very nice surprise, which was once again another one I enjoyed. This one called Protocol Ryugu. And this one was also kind of like a dystopian, kind of almost like a snowball Earth type of situation, almost where humanity had kind of like been like separate into like different classes and stuff like that, and like different races, or not races as in like typical black, white, Asian type whatever, but like there was like a race of people. I can't remember specifically, but it was something about like they got kind of like pushed so far down the food chain into where they were kind of basically in the water, where they adapted to living in the water, I believe, if I'm remembering that right. Um, very, very, very different premise and stuff, but I liked it. And I was like, okay, I wouldn't be mad if this got picked up, and it did. So yeah. So shout out to all of those, and like I said, all of those series will be getting serialized on K manga. So looking forward to seeing those come out. Like I said, Fasciation is top of the list for me, and then yeah, the rest of them kind of like like a mixed bag of excitement or whatever. But for the most part, I'm not too surprised with the winners, but I'm surprised in a good way with the additional ones that they picked up. So but yeah, so like I said, you can go into the youngmagazineusa.com to find the 16 one shots and to read them for yourself. So, but yeah, so hope to see these series thrive and prosper in the future. So, all right, very briefly, before I get to the main thing with the Jump Festa announcement. So, this is just kind of just like a random hodgepodge of miscellaneous anime news and stuff. So, From old country bumpkin to master swordsman. Got a season 2 coming, and it's coming out July of next year. So happy about that because I really enjoyed that one. Let's see. Do 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 do. Yona of the Dawn. Now this is one that I have never read or watched myself personally, but it is one that I've heard about for a couple decades at this point. And I know there was a anime series for it that came out in like the early like 2010s. I think it was maybe like 2009 or something like that. Um, but anyway, I'm saying all this to say that Yona of the Dawn is getting a anime sequel. Now there is no set in stone information of you know a release date, release year, anything like that or whatever. But just the fact that they acknowledged it is a big thing within itself. So let's see. So okay, yeah. So Yona of the Dawn, the original anime series, was what 24 episodes and came out in 2014. So over a decade ago. And then the manga for it is actually going to be, let's see, is it ending this month or it's ending very soon, and it's been running since 2009. So, but yeah, just wanted to give a shout out to that. So Yona of the Dawn is coming. Another manga that I've heard good things about is getting an anime called A Star Brighter Than the Sun. That is coming out. I don't think that they've put a date on that yet. And what was the other? Oh yeah, the other couple big ones. So that time I got reincarnated as a slime. Season 4 will have 5, and I repeat that, 5 curves. And it's going to air 2 of them back to back starting in April. So it's going to be a humongous season 4. And then, oh, JoJo fans. So Still Ball Run got a date. It's going to be starting on March 19th. On Netflix, and the first episode is going to be 47 minutes long. So they put out a very dope trailer for it. I still need to go back and freaking finish part 6. But yeah, so shout out to the JoJo fans out there. Oh, and last little thing, Hitman Reborn is teasing some announcements because it's next year 2026 will be its 20th anniversary. So yeah, so we'll see uh, how things are going to go with that. So, okay, so with the Jump Festa news, I'm gonna just kind of just use this article from Anime TV because I was gonna try to pull up trailers and all that stuff, but I'm just gonna kind of just go through the list and point out some of like the main highlights and stuff that stick out to me of either stuff that I'm personally excited about or just general things that I know a lot of people are. So they confirmed. So with starting off with My Hero Academia, there will be one more episode that's going to air, and I believe May 2nd, and that should pretty much adapt that final epilogue chapter, and I think kind of like expand on it a little bit. So yeah, so one final My Hero Academia episode coming out in May. Let's see. They shot off some more stuff for Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3, The Calling Game, Mission Yuzakura Family got a new trailer that's coming out in April. Oblivion Battery is getting a Season 2. Now, I remember enjoying what I watched of Season 1. That Oblivion Battery is a baseball anime. And so, yeah, Season 2 is coming in 2027. But yeah, that first one was pretty good. Speaking of 2027, Mastro Season 3 is coming out that year as well. They showed a key art for Kaiju number 8, the final chapter, which is going to be the final season of the anime. Because so, talk with different people online, and as somebody who has read and reviewed, you can find it on the channel and stuff. The ending of Kaiju number 8. The series is only like 129 chapters, I believe, and season 2 ended at around like chapter like either like high 70s or 80. So it's not really that many chapters left to adapt, so they should be able to knock it out in one more season. So overall, I think that'd be like a nice, solid run for a current day series to just, hey, it's 3 seasons, nice and tight. So let's see. Uh, Hell's Paradise got a new trailer that's coming out in January as well. Kindergarten Wars got a new key visual. Looked really cool. Reminded me pretty much just like the what I had seen of what I had read of the manga a year or so ago. And that one is pretty much about, I think it's what, assassins or former hitmen or something like that. Um, Being in charge of this daycare where I think a lot of the kids, their parents are like uh, wealthy people. Hold on, let me see. Welcome to Kindergarten Award, an exclusive school catering to the children of the global elite. Rita, one of the teachers, has been on the hunt for a boyfriend but has absolutely zero luck. One day, an assassin comes after one of the children, and he's totally dreamy. Dive into this action packed rom com as it unfolds inside the safest kindergarten. So, yeah, fun little series. Let's see. New trailer and teaser for Sakamoto Day season 2. Looks like they put way more budget and stuff into it than previously. So, uh, and some series called Mr. Cleese is getting an anime adaptation. I'm not familiar with that series, but yeah. Let's see. Next up, Blue Box season 2 is coming fall of 2026. So I still need to go back and finish watching that because I enjoyed the bits of the manga I read years ago, or whatever, and like the anime, like the clips and stuff that I've seen, like look beautiful. So definitely want to circle back to that at some point. But yeah, that's coming out fall of next year. They just reiterated the final part of Doctor Stone is coming out in April. Kill Blue is getting an anime in April. Elusive Samurai is coming back for season 2 in July. Dan to Dan season 3, 2027. Bleach Thousand Year Blood War Part 4, which should be the final part, is coming in July. Black Clover finally is returning. Now, I'm not necessarily the biggest Black Clover fan, but I respect it though, and I respect the fans who have been waiting because it has been a good little chunk of time ever since the situation years ago when the anime caught up with the manga and they had to go on hiatus. So let's see, 2021 feels like way longer than that, but that'll be two, about 5 years by the time this comes back. But yeah, so new trailer and stuff, and like, hey, I will say, hey, they've put the budget. They're like, hey, we coming back big. So yeah, the trailer and stuff looks freaking amazing visually. So so yeah, so that's coming back. Akane Banashi got a new trailer. I'm so excited about that. That is coming out in April as well. But yeah, that looks so amazing. I love that manga, so I'm very excited about the anime coming. Let's see, Chainsaw Man Assassin's Arc anime trailers. So they showed a trailer for a new Chainsaw Man stuff coming. No date or anything on it yet. Uh, Speaking of Chainsaw Man, Fujimoto, his Look Back series got a trailer for the live action of that. The anime for that came out, was that earlier this year or sometime last year, I believe. One Piece Elbaf arc, which, just a reminder, One Piece is now going seasonal, so that's going to be coming back in April. And they also said that the live action that's starting in March, and season 3 of the live action is already in production. And yeah, and let's see what else. Mag- Magilu Magilumiere Magical Girl season 2 coming out in July. that's also one that I liked a bit of the manga that I read a while back. So, and I heard people who enjoyed the season 1 of the anime. So, shout out to that. And Black Torch anime got some more updates and stuff. So, but yeah, Jump Festa overall solid. Um, Nothing too crazy or earth shattering announced. I'm trying to see. Let me just do one last little glance. If there's anything else I had missed, I think I got most of everything. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm just scrolling through. Yeah, I pretty much covered everything. But yeah, lots of good stuff coming on the horizon. Oh. I almost forgot. Haikyuu. Volleyball anime Haikyuu. So they did a little announcement after Jump Festa, where they pretty much teased two things, uh, potentially for 2027. I don't know if both of them will come out that same year, but um, for sure one of them is a movie. The it's gonna be the match versus the other kind of short guy or whatever with the white hair. Him and Hinata going at it in their match, and then there's something else called the place where monsters go. They say an anime special. So don't know if these are both going to be movies or a movie and anime. I don't know, but more Haikyuu coming in a couple of years. Um, yeah, so I'm excited about it just because like I loved Haikyuu. I read the finale of the manga years ago. It's been freaking 5 going on 6 years ago now. And like, I really hope that they adapt it all. It is taking forever for them to get to it, but I truly hope that they get to all of it. So yeah. And I think that will do it. Gachi Akuta, Gachi Akuta. uh, Season 2 confirmed, and yeah, that's it. Like that, I'm surprised myself with how short this recording and stuff was. But hey, sometimes it be like that. But yeah, like I said, I just really just wanted to, like I said, show some love to the Young magazine results, and then like I said, just highlight some of these stuff from Jump Festa this weekend. But yeah, other than that, I don't really got too much else to really talk about. So yeah. So I'm just gonna wrap this up. So as always, thank you so much for watching and or listening. You can find me everywhere at Danny's to Talk, and I'll be back to talk about some more stuff that I'm into. And yeah, y'all be easy. Catch you in the next one. Peace.